Hi, this is Antminer Repair. Tonight we're going to look at this board. It has a bad counter clock error. It says ASIC 11, and we're going to actually do some light exploring. I'm not going to replace chips tonight. I'm going to take off heat sinks and look at them. I probably won't even test this. The reason is I'm waiting for a new soldering system. So I can look at this pretty easy. Looks like this has never been a part in the area that I'm going to look. So I'm hoping there might just be an easy fix like solder balls. If you want to watch and like this content, hit subscribe, please. It helps me grow in stature with YouTube. I do have some donation information for Bitcoin and PayPal. I'm going to try to switch over. Somebody asked that I switch over to an easier way to donate. And I do appreciate that because I'm going to try to buy stuff and review it for you. And I have to buy it. We're not big enough that I get it for free. So I'm going to try to buy stuff and review it. And I'm going to actually show you what I'm buying in another video. Won't be released at the same time, probably before this, I'm thinking. Do that, and let me see, there's a bell on your screen if you want to be notified when I push out a new video. Most of them are going to be concerned directly with repair, and you'll get notified. And last but not least, in fact, probably one of the most important things you can do if you're getting ready to repair your hashboards or just have a hot air gun and want to check out some bad boards, I have a Discord server called Antminer Repair. There's a bunch of people on there that are way qualified. You can go there, start asking questions. There's some documentation you can look at on how to approach it. There's people to ask about soldering temperature, how they do stuff. I highly recommend it. So if you look at the comments, you might have to expand them. If you go up to the video and look down where I start describing the video, hit that more button and look down there and go to Discord. It's a server that lets us share information. So I highly recommend that if you're just starting out, and if you actually are experienced, maybe you can help us. So great thing. All right, so let's get started. I've been messing around with the new Brains OS software. And of course, when you stop and start miners, a lot of times, if they're kind of on the edge, which a lot of my used miners are, they come up with a new error. So this one has a clock error that I can probably the Antminer software would work around, but I'm kind of just wanting to take a look at it, see if I can fix it without resetting a chip. So the error was counter clock error ASIC 11. And actually what I found out through the testing utility a long time ago, not with this board, was when it talks about clock errors or counter clock errors, it's a zero base. So chip 11 would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I think so. Yes. So this is 11, which is actually chip 12. And so what I need to look at, and I ought to mark these so I do the right ones. If I can find my black marker, I think someone took it around here. So I'll have to recount this, but I want to take the heat sink before, the heat sink after, and the heat sink after this. So these three are suspect. I'm going to take the hot air, going to take these off, and we're going to examine them. Don't really need to test voltage. It's finding 30 ASIC. So it's finding all the chips and trying to start up. It's just somewhere in here. So let's start with that. I'm going to change this around because I'm going to start up my hot air gun. Probably 350 degrees. I'll push quite a lot of air since I'm not working on chips. And let's pull these guys off and see what we can find. So without my marker, let me see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So here, and here. So let's do this, and we'll take that off and just have an inspection. Somebody, when I bought this board, it had a temperature sensor problem. I must have fixed it because it looks like they've been working over kind of in here, but go with that. So let's heat this guy up and pull these off and have a look what's under here. Hopefully they don't have stickers and thermal paste, because then I'm going to be really mad. Remember, let that solder melt all the way. Don't be ripping these out. Yeah, that one melted. That's good. That's not Ooh, I totally see a solder ball from here. So we're gonna have to check these out. We'll check both of them out. Maybe I can fix my problem. Doesn't look like on the counter, but we'll try it out. And I don't know what part of the world you're in, but it's starting to get hot here. I'm in northern Nevada, and summer's coming, and we're hitting our first 80-degree temps, and my miners are kind of stressing out, and I've never been through a summer here in Reno, so I've got to work. I've got to work with that and my cooling because I'm only in the first year out. So now I'm gonna switch videos. We're gonna look at the microscope. It's just easier. I sometimes I can't see everything in the microscope. And actually, there may not be a bad solder ball there, but there may. Okay, good deal. Let that guy cool. And oh, I did want to show you one thing. You can kind of see it on here. When I pulled this card out, if you look over here on these pins, you see the shiny one that's kind of sticking out on the video. You can't tell, but that whole pin is pushed back. And if you look in here, it's pushed back. I don't know if this would be a clock problem or the PIC, the programmable IC runs the clock. I'm not sure. This also really could be my problem, that when we pushed a cable in here, this pushed out. So I'm also going to shove this back in there and make sure that that is lined up so my cable goes in. So we'll see what we find here, and we'll fix that. Then I'll go off to the machine without the tester and try again. So, all right, so I'm gonna shut off the video for a sec and switch. Let's see how I can do here. Pull my microscope out. Yeah, I'm not getting power on my microscope for some reason. Let's take a look here real quick. Well, there should be power. Yeah, no light, guys. Wait a minute. There it goes. Tried. Okay, it's lit up. Awesome. Sorry about that delay. Okay, microscope. This guy ought to be feeding out my HDMI. Sec. Just checking this. I think we had a power outage here, so HDMI should be what it's at. So it's not finding the signal, so I'm not sure what's going on. So I'm gonna have to watch on the video, probably just like you guys. We're looking at the microscope. Let me switch my video. Oh, it's not even showing up. That's not good. You reset the whole thing. Sorry, guys. Yeah, good. It's starting up now. Something about this stupid camera. If you plug it in wrong from the USB and the HDMI out, you can't see stuff. Okay, here it comes. Let me set it now. Hang on. That's not what I want to show. That's what I want to show. Okay, so we have to work on defocus. And let me find out. Let's go back to the one chip on the side. Let me bring it up here. Let's see, that's the heat sink, so we want to go this way. So let's just take a cursory look, then I'm going to clean them. Boy, it looks like a lot of garbage in there. But so this right here is right before the turn to the other one. So there's garbage here that I'll clean this out with alcohol. It even looks like I just found a stupid solder ball sticking out. Do you see that? It's almost a little shiny spot right backwards from my videos. So right there. So anyway, we'll look there, and then let's look at the back of this chip, just see if there's anything obvious. So looks like nothing real noticeable. So let's go to the actual chip 12. It doesn't look like I see anything obvious, but so let's go look here. Just without cleaning, don't see too much. We'll clean it with alcohol in just a minute. So the front of this looks okay. I thought I saw a piece of solder sticking out of there, but maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe something over here. But let's see what's next down here. Way down here. Let's look at who's receiving that clock. It looks like I've been chewing some of the overhang out here, some of this overhang on here. Could be, and just for the heck of it, I'll look at the back end. All right, so I don't see anything yet, so let me get my alcohol out and let's have a look. I'm hoping for something easy showing up here. I'm not sure. This has never been off. So let's go, since we're on this chip, let's clean him up both front and back with alcohol. And while that alcohol is sitting there, it can magnify that. So let me see here. Where are you? You are right here, probably. Let's get in there. So I don't really see a solder ball there. Let's check this side. That guy looks pretty clean. All right, so there's one. Go up to this guy. It looks like I could clean him a little bit better. So this is where I thought I saw a solder ball. It doesn't look like there is one. It looks like a lot of dirt. Yeah, it's not good news. Kind of hoping I'd find a simple solder ball to fix this guy. Now I have to do some testing. I'll have to test the voltages going in and out. So let's test this side of them. If I can get the camera in the right place. What is that? So there seems to be something maybe there. See that in there? Be right. I don't think it's a solder ball. It's kind of dug it out. So actually that looks pretty clean. In general, I don't see anything there. I'll go through and we'll check all the resistors and capacitors in a second. So the receiving side of the chip would be, sorry, I'm trying to do this on video and backwards. I think that's here. Yeah, so let's clean him up a little better. See how he looks. Let's scrub it a little bit. I don't see any big shiny solder ball there. And then it probably wouldn't be here, but let's try one more time over here. Clean him up really good. And sometimes just cleaning like that causes it to go. Okay, so just take out resistors there. Those look good. That one looks good. Don't see any cases of the chip being hot. Sometimes, do you see that dark spot right there coming out of the chip? When I've burnt boards, that's a real likely place. Let me make sure I'm showing you the side. Am I showing you the side? Yeah, I'm showing you the side. So right there, sometimes it's floating around though. So sometimes when a chip gets so hot, it kind of pukes out all over these things, this black stuff. Let's look at this chip over here. Capacitors look good. I don't know what that's sitting there, just dirt. So what's that? Is that a chunk out of it? Or just solder? That just looks like solder built up on the edge where it holds the... Now that's interesting. So do you see this? So check this out. I think it's here. So see all this matter here? That could be dirt, but it could be that the chip got hot. When it sticks, so this is pretty much dirt probably. Yeah, it's pretty light dirt. So that's probably, well, that's a chunk right there. I mean, when a chip spits out, it'll be like molten metal and it'll stick to the solder. How you can tell, if you really clean up the side of this chip, you'll see kind of a, you know, it's usually pretty nice and smooth, and then you'll just see kind of a rupture in it. It won't be a hole or anything, it'll just be a rupture. And if that chip got hot, that would explain why we don't have a counter, but I don't think that's it. And then last, those resistors look okay. It's hard to do on them backwards. There's another, you know, this board's extremely dirty, but how easy is that? Yeah, that's just light dirt. That's not going to be a problem. And this wouldn't cause our counter, although that looks like a little solder ball right there. Do you see that? Right. If I can get to it, right there. Yeah, not enough to do anything, I'm afraid. Okay, so then the last thing I have to look at, let me see if I can come on out here, is that pin. There's the pin that's sticking out. See that? So I actually need, I guess what I'll do is I'll take the tweezers, I'm going to push that guy in. Maybe that's my problem. It's not matching up. Okay, so I pushed him back in there, now he's equal to everybody. Okay, so unfortunately, no easy news about this counter error. It looks like I probably have a chip problem. And as you'll see in another video that I'm going to do tonight, I'll show you what I'm purchasing. And I'm just waiting for it to get here. And I've kind of put all my chip replacements on hold because I think it's going to make it easier. And before you go off and spend the money, let me try it and see how it goes. And if it's good, you should spend the money. And if it's not, I blew the 450 bucks. Okay, so that's what I don't get paid for, right? So, all right. So thank you very much for watching. I'm gonna go. You know, just because I messed around with the chips and everything, you never know what I changed. I'll go put these heat sinks back on and go throw it back in the board until I and see what happens. Probably nothing will change though. If something changes, I will note it in the description of this or in our Discord channel. I do post every one of the videos there and we can discuss it if you would like, and I might post it there. So thank you very much for watching.